Hello. Thanks for joining me. I wasn't sure anyone would be here today. Look, kitty cat having a bath. He's happy down there. He might decide to move away later because I'm talking. And he doesn't like it when I'm talking and I'm not talking at him, giving him all the attention. But he was bathing a minute ago. Hello, Greg. Hello, Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor. Hello, Heresy Squad and Chris Fraser. Hello. I feel the bottle. What? You feel you bottled the Necrons? What? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, so Cat is in the house. The other cat isn't in the house. Annie H needed a break from building Horus Heresy, so here you are, Eternal Crusader, evening all. I'm glad that some of you are here, actually, because there is a game out called Space Marine 2. Don't know if you've heard of it, but my thumb hurts, my bum hurts, my back hurts. I've been mainly playing Space Marine 2 with the boys. Now, it's great fun. Pre-order is over. I did pre-order the thing and smash it. And it's lovely. It is a lovely game. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Would bang. Yeah, it's good. Evening Woodsy. It's a good game. It's a good game. It means I haven't done much painting. I've mainly been killing heretics and Xenos, which is what you should be doing on a Tuesday afternoon. So thank you for the people who have turned up here who aren't playing Space Marine 2. I'm amazed that there are some people here, actually. And a hello to all the VOD squad who watch it after. If you're in the VOD squad and you are watching this after, let me know. Write a message below. Say hi. Let me know who's in the VOD squad. But hello. Hello, community. Hello, chat. Hi, everyone. It's me, your host on this Talky Tuesday live stream, Winter's SEO. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a subscriber. Thanks for being whoever you are. Thanks for being an awesome person. I appreciate you. It's Halfling season on Blood Bowl 3. But Halfling season on Blood Bowl 3 is that's like hard mode. Playing Blood Bowl with Halflings is definitely hard mode. Blood Bowl on the computer or Blood Bowl in real life, that's a great game. That's an awesome game to play. Not as awesome as Space Marine 2. Where I've been smashing the Xenos. It's been a mad weekend. In between playing Space Marine 2, I service goal. She's been away. She's been away with the parents, and I've got to pick her up from the airport tonight. So I think I'm leaving here like midnight or something like that, or maybe 11. I think her flight. I don't know exactly when her flight gets in, but she will message me to say that she's getting on the flight, which is my cue for leaving here to pick her up from the flight. So that's happening, and then that's going to, late night, get a McDonald's on the way back or something. I have tidied up already, Andy H. Hiya, Adam San. Andy H, I've already done it. I've put clothes on and everything, because mainly I've been sitting here in my own sweat and Cheeto dust for the last couple of days, just playing Space Marine 2 since last week. I haven't mentioned Space Marine 2 yet. So I tidied up. I emptied the bins. I did a bit of hoovering. He's not dead. He's still alive. He was really upset the first couple of days that she was away, by the way. Because the first couple of days, she's used to 2 humans being around. There was only 1 human being around. And so clearly it was my fault that there was only 1 human around. He didn't want hugs. He didn't want his tickles. He didn't want his scratches. He didn't want to sleep with me in the evening. He just wanted to ignore me, express his displeasure, and eat every now and then. The first couple of days was like that. But the last couple of days, he's been super cute. And he's been following me around all over the place, which is why he's here. Now he's finally figured out that, okay, maybe one of them died or something. One of the humans, one of his butlers. And he's got me left, so he should be nice. Underpants are overrated indeed. I mean, who needs underpants? Does Tarzan wear underpants? I don't think he wears underpants. So you don't need underpants if Tarzan don't wear it. But yeah, the house is ready. What else? I did the washing up. I've taken the bins out. I did the hoovering. So it does. I even made the bed. So it looks good. I haven't burnt the house down. So long as she comes back and the house isn't burnt down and the cat's still alive, I've achieved my end of the bargain. So yeah, picking her up this evening. That's going to be fun. Tomorrow, for Tier 3 channel members, is part 4 of The Signal, which I recently just finished off filming with Chewie. Normally when I do campaigns, I try to get it all out in like a chunk, but life got in the way with up Chewie's end and up my end, and we kept missing to do the last one, so there was quite a long gap between the Signal Part 3 and the Signal Part 4, but it's coming out tomorrow, Tier 3 channel members, and at the weekend. I think it's a Grey Knight one. One of the most requested requests that I get requested is play Grey Knights, so I did. I played them twice now. They're fun. I like it. Movement warfare. Highly recommend. The thing about Grey Knights I'm worried about is they haven't been Primarisified yet. And stuff that hasn't been Primarisified, like Deathwatch, got squatted. And stuff that is still Primarisified, like Blood Angels and Dark Angels, they've got some new sculpts to add to the Space Marine range. But the Grey Knight Space Marine range is definitely not new school Space Marine range. It's old school Space Marine range. I'm sorry I'm talking. I'm sorry. Stay with me. Which means I'm just getting into the Grey Knights. Played a couple of games. Like them. They're fast. They're quick. They move all over the place. But does this mean they're going to Primarisify the entire range in one go? Or are we going to have a lead-in period? Is there going to be a period where I can play my old Grey Knights for a bit before I have to get all the new Grey Knights for a bit when they get Primarisified? Because, you know, they are going to get Primarisified. Wraith Raider, thank you for your 17 months. The button works, he says. Got the last bit of my Imperial Agents army on order. Can't wait to give it a go and get smashed. Imperial Agents army. Definitely playing on hard mode. It's one las cannon in the entire codex and one multi-melter. There might be two. There's one on the immolator and one on the servitor, which hardly counts. So no ranged damage, no damage at range. It's gonna be tough, that one. But like Mike, I have the same goals for my kids. As long as they're breathing, they're okay. Nice. That's good parenting. As long as they're breathing, that's all you need. Where was I? Grey Knights. Yeah, I'm worried. Because I really... they're definitely going to... See, the thing about Primarisification is it takes 20 ingredients to make a Space Marine. 19, sorry. And then Belisarius Core came along and he's added 3 more bits. Takes 23 ingredients to make a Space Marine now. So all the new inductees going through Titan will be Primaris. They'll have the Belisarian furnace put in, the winding. The technology will be sent there and he'll be told to make loads of patterns for them and off we go. I wonder if Titus will get an official datasheet for 11th edition. They should, shouldn't they? They're definitely missing out on something if they don't release a Titus model. They've got to release a Titus model. No melee damage either for Imperial Agents. No. It's about lethal hits or sustained hits or things like that. It's just the Imperial Agents standalone, playing them on their own, is playing Horde mode and trying to score as much as possible. And yeah, Adam San, that idea, like building a Dark Angels Ravenwing company. So if you wanted to build a Dark Angels Ravenwing company, but you refuse until they bring in some of the... So it's going to have Outriders, it's going to have some of the new Storm Speeders in, and then where are the Knights? There's no point in getting the Ravenwing Black Knights on bikes, is there? Because they're going to get Primarisified. And like the Lieutenant guy in the Land Speeder, it's all going to get Primarisified, even if they get rid of that one. That one might go the way of a Librarian Dreadnought. For Blood Angels, it might be gone. So yeah, it's tough. I mean, them deciding to trash certain ranges in order to move the compass forward into this new range that they're doing all across the board, all across the armies, makes people think, should I actually start getting that army? How much of that army will remain if I start getting that army? It's a bold plan, Cotton. Let's see if it'll... Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays off. That's the saying. That's how it works. Thank you, Scard. Look, Scardcast is in the chat all the way from Canadian land. Check out Scardcast or Scary on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel. I think it's Scardcast. I know him as Scary. I think it is Scardcast, right? Don't make me pick up my phone. I don't see them squat. They're not going to squat games. Grey Knights. They're not going to squat Grey Knights. They're a popular faction. People like them. they're definitely going to Primarisify. No, you're the best, Carcast. You're the best. They're definitely going to Primarisify them. I'm looking forward to seeing Grey Knight Gravis guys with Stormbolters mounted on the back of their wrists, swords and shields, getting in like a la Blade Guard Gravis Grey Knights with Stormbolters like smashing in there, doing their thing. It's going to be awesome when they finally get there round to doing it. But I'm just worried about investing in a Grey Knight range, which might change next year. So I've got just around 3,500-4,000 points of Grey Knights to play with while I'm playing with my Grey Knights ideas. And yes, I should put in more apothecaries. Yes, I should put in more librarians. Yes, I should put in more of the chunky things. But I don't want to add any of the chunky things if it gets Primarisified. Scarcast. It is Scarcast on YouTube. Check him out. You've been playing Space Marine 2. Is this a regular thing, picking up the video games? It is when it's Space Marine 2. Grey Knight's range. You want a Grains? See, the thing is, I do want a Grey Knight range refresh because now the miniatures are looking a bit. All my Grey Knights are on base extenders. All the Strike Squad guys. I remember adding them back in 8th edition. That took a chunk of work going through them all. And now here we are like 5-6 years later and they're probably going. You know? They're probably going. I didn't break a Cabalite Warrior. I didn't. Would I ever break one of your things? Have you played Gladius 40k? Scarcast asks. Gladius 40k. I think that is I think it's a video game. The answer is no. I think everyone's telling me to play Tractatus, and I'm telling everyone to play Space Marine 2. Grey Knights still look good. They're just a little short. Yeah, I mean, all the old models look good. I like the old models. I like the Horus Heresy models. I like the old ranges. Grey Knights still look good. But let's face it, the more modern-ish Space Marine models, the design looks realer. There's more, places where they can bend and some pouches and things and armor. Particularly when you play Space Marine 2, have I mentioned that yet? They look more realistic than they did before. So the old ones still look cool. Otherwise, who would have bought them if they didn't look cool? They look really cool. But the new ones, cooler, right? Grey Knights feel up to date. They're still Special Marines. Yeah. Yes. Both of them are right. Okay. So Gladius 40k is a video. No, I haven't touched it. Dark Angels Command Squad in the Index and Quash that month. Yeah. Evening Fabius Bile. Been playing co-op. You have been playing co-op. Nice. Yeah, yes. Space Marine 2. I know, right? There's so many people in the chat, rather than playing Space Marine 2, including me. I should be playing Space Marine 2, but I'm not because I'm dedicated. Okay, I'm dedicated. I was playing Space Marine 2. Okay, I was going ham with the Bulwark. I like the Bulwark with the sword and the shield. I tried with the fist for a while. But the fist it's got a bit of a wind up to it. So when you're getting swarmed by little guys and you just want to smack them. So the Bulwark class is good. And then the Tactical Marine, I like him with his Auspex scan because he's pretty good at ranged, pretty good in close combat with the big plasma incinerator diving around all over the place. You know what I mean? So those are my go-to classes right now. I haven't touched the Assault. I have touched the Assault guy a little bit. Or the Vanguard. Or the Sniper Dude. Or the other one. I haven't really touched them. My hands are a bit. The thumbs, this wrist in particular, because on the controller, as well as the triggers are the shooty ones. So it works like this, guys. For those of you who haven't played Space Marine 2, these are the shooty ones, right? Those ones, but these are the punchy ones. Like that's aim and fire. Everyone knows that, and then that is block. And that is swing. And if you hold that down, you do a heavy attack. So as well as doing that, bam, 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 and moving around, you're doing this every now and then switching up here. So I've been doing this with the 2 fingers. I've been doing that, bit of that. Then you need to move across to grenade every now and then when things get a bit dicey. And then the Y button for stick the banner down on the Bulwark. Plus that way for healing the med pack. Not that I need to use the med pack very often, obviously. Just I might use one. I don't think I've ever been down in a game of Space Marine 2. It's like I'm moving on ice skates around that thing, just smooth, genius game motions, doing all that with the things. But my wrist is hurting, and that thumb is beginning to really. It takes its toll. Being as good at video games as I am, it takes its toll. It's all about movement, dodging right, dodging left, getting that execution in. And let's not forget the execution. Down on that. When they flash in red and rip their head off. The thing with the sword. There's a nice. It is cross-platform, yeah. There's a nice execution move with the sword as well, because they've all got different execution moves depending on what sort of bugs you're fighting. But there's one where he just decapitates it with the sword. It's nice, and the head just rolls off. That's nice. You're like, turn the difficulty up. I'm already playing. There's 4 difficulties on the Xbox that you can go on, and the difficulties are set. So difficulty 1 is if you're new or if you're grinding some stuff. You get about 630 AP things for that. Now you can set it all the way up to the top level, but the top level is when you've got mastercrafted gear, mastercrafted armor. When you put your banner down, it does health effects or auto revive. If you just jump up the thing, the reason why it's like Darktide. You can't jump in at Darktide at level 1 and do auric missions because you don't have the kit. You don't have the capability of dealing with the auric missions on Darktide yet. Space Marine 2, you can't jump in straight away at the higher missions until you've ranked up some stuff. So obviously, I'm like level 6 with the Bulwark and 4 or 5 with the Tactical Marine. So obviously now I'm more than capable of fighting the absolute top levels all the time. Like I could smash it. I like it, Service Guy. I like it. I could smash the top levels, and I've been up there a few times just as a taste, just to feel it out. But I don't want to embarrass. No, it's not cowardly. It's what it is I don't want to go up too high because I'm so lower rank yet without all the gold armor and the auric and the mastercraft and the relic stuff. And so if I go up at the higher level missions, I'll embarrass the people who are already up there, you see. So I've got to only go in there once, just touch it once in a while. Because I don't want to show off too much by charging in, just killing everything, sticking the banner down, and pointing out the medical kits to other people. Because, I don't need the medical people. You've been playing PvP? I haven't touched the PvP yet. I haven't, no Grey Knight Cowardice. It's not about jumping away like Grey Knights do. Camera. It's about overwhelming application of power. That's what it is. It's an overwhelming application of power with the video games, having a lot of fun. Anyway, so I haven't tried the PvP mode yet. The idea is I'm going to keep doing the operations, keep ranking up my stuff, having a bit of fun here, there, and everywhere, and get the buttons down. And once I'm moving around like Oppenheimer, then I'll go in the PvP mode. You know what I mean? You need to. I think if in PvP mode you've got some good mates talking tactics, talking things, it's good. It's good. How will it do for exposure of the hobby? Asked Ray Trader Rules Guy. Well, it's the top selling game on Steam right now. It's outselling the new Call of Duty, which hasn't been released yet, which is on pre-order. Last time I checked on Steam charts, 230,000 concurrent players. Second highest selling game of this year after Black Myth Wukong. So it's doing really well. It's doing great. It's like the community wanted it. It's like the gaming community just wanted some rough we don't get Gears of War anymore. We don't get Halo anymore. We don't get these... Let's face it, a bucket load of testosterone poured up your left nostril when you plug in to play, old school. That. And this is what Space Marine 2 is. It's an old school sort of inject testosterone straight into your veins sort of thing. It makes you feel like a space. All the guns are satisfying. The melt is satisfying. Anyone got a favourite gun? I like the plasma incinerator with the overcooked. That one's really nice. Anyone got a favourite gun? The Laz taking out the things. The multi-melter close range is genius. But even standard guns like rapid firing a heavy bolter into a cloud of dudes is going really, really well. Plasma pistol, overcooked plasma pistol, great fun. Bolt carbine's good. Melter's good. Melter's like a short range boom shotgun thing, which is close enough to the lore that I like it. I mean, that's what the melter is. The further away you get from it, the less damage, right? It's a close range heat punch thing. It's lovely. So I enjoy the Thunder Hammer's great fun. All the weapons, when you go through the single player campaign, and they will give you another weapon and another weapon and another weapon. Each weapon, as you unlock it, becomes your next new favorite weapon, like it used to do back in the old day in old school games like Doom and Halo and things like the old games, which used to give you, okay, you're 3 hours in now. Let's give you, in this game, for example, you've got to get about 4 or 5 hours in before they give you a las cannon and the las fusel, and that's a sweet gun. That's a very sweet gun. Running around using a las cannon, las fusel as a sniper rifle. That's very Space Marine. Headshotting those zoanthropes out the sky. The plasma pistol is great fun, man. Wherever I can put the plasma pistol on a thing, I love the lightning pistol. The tactical Marine doesn't come with the plasma pistol. It comes with the thing. So I have the plasma incinerator and the bolt pistol chainsword. But on the Bulwark class, sword, plasma pistol, shield, it's all good fun. Running around all over the place, killing Xenos, killing heretics. Love it. So thanks for coming to the Talkie Tuesday live stream and not playing Space Marine 2. Love you guys. Well done. Ah, dear. My eyes as well have been, you get the locked back, the locked claw position, your eyes locked in. The sound design is good. It feels it's good. It's good. The missions are replayable. It's good. And then in the season 1 DLC, they say there's a new map coming and a new boss, which will be a new operations. In season 2, there'll be a new map and a new boss and new weapons. They've got quite a fairly decent, planned out roadmap for the game. You've not played it? You're feeling left out? You should play it. It's a good game. It's good fun. When's the last time Warhammer 40k had such a good single player game like this? I guess Darktide. I mean, it's a squad player, but Darktide was good. But Darktide only was raid missions. Space Marine 2 is raid missions, PvP, and a single player. It's got 3, whereas Darktide is just one of them. So it's 3 times better than Darktide. Warhammer Dark Omen? What are you talking about? 13th versus Tyranids would be a good battle report given the hype of the game. I know, right? If I'd have thought about this ahead and planned ahead, if I actually did any kind of planning rather than make this up as I go along, I would have definitely had a game of the 13th with Tyranids locked in the pipe, ready to go for Sunday. Boom. And Tau Fire Warrior was good. I liked Fire Warrior. For the game of the time, it was good. It was a good game. And by the end of that, you're running around with a las cannon shooting Chaos Space Marines in the head. Chaos Space Marines in this one, so much nicer to deal with. So much nicer to decapitate them. Those Zinchi people in this war. It's lovely. I tried to hook you up with some collector's ed for Space Marine 2, but I hear you're not a gaming influencer. Am I? Well, I'm probably not an influencer in the gaming sense, as in the video gaming sense. But, yeah. I'm a 40k. Am I an influencer? I don't feel like I'm an influencer. I feel like I'm a hobby person sharing his hobby goodness with other hobby people who like hobby goodness. That's all. I'm just here doing my thing, enjoying myself. VR Sisters Battle of Game was fun and immersive. What? Where? VR Sisters of Battle, virtual reality. Who does VR? Honestly, if there was a really good VR game, like Halo sold the Xbox, and then you had games like Grand Theft Auto sell the original PlayStation and things like. There's a game that comes out that you have to get. If there was a game that came out that you have to get on VR, then they would sell a lot of VR, but they're not. Chaos Gate. Yeah, turn-based combat. Yeah. Server Skull, don't feel influenced by me. Basically, don't. Winters is to Warhammer what Ninja was to Fortnite. I wish, man. Hi, Maris Gage. I wish I was to Warhammer what Ninja was to Fortnite. That means I'd be a millionaire. That means I could get the loft done. The loft would be done. I'd have a big open gaming space there. It'd be lovely. And if I was a multi-millionaire, I think I would go to America on a bit of a road trip and go to a few places and take an army with me and spend a month like in America visiting a few people and playing a few games, community members, and also going to, I don't know, like the Nova, just to have a look. Go to California. There's some people out there and different places in Austin, Texas, some people there. There's a couple of places that I want to go to and play a few people from the community. That'd be great. I could do the same in Australia as well. Go to Perth, go to Sydney, move around, take my stuff with me to another place and play it there. That would be epic. So get a holiday and play 40k at the same time. Oh, the life of a multi-millionaire. It would be good. Warhammer Dark Omen RTS, real-time strategy game for PC in 1998. Played as Empire mercenary against greenskins and undead. First game I ever played on the modern something. Couldn't use the phone. Right, okay, modem. Yeah. OG games. Space Marine is worth getting. Get the Space Marines. Get Space Marine 2. You'll like Space Marine 2. How many people in chat have actually got Space Marine 2? Hands up, or ones in chat if you've actually got Space Marine 2. Because I'm amazed that you're not playing it right now and instead you're listening to me. So I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to me and not playing the Space Marine 2. But any hands up or any ones? We've got some ones. No hands. Bought it 3 times. Currently playing it while listening. Things went wrong. Getting it when I'm on holiday in 2 weeks. So you're off for 2 weeks. Off in 2 weeks and getting it. Noose. Noose? Nice. Waiting for the weekend. Nice. I haven't played yet. Finished downloading at like 1 a.m. Okay. So what I'm saying is next week there might not be a lot of people here. Heresy Squad 2. What does 2 even mean? What does 2 even mean? If you don't like killing bugs, bit of a spoiler, you don't only just kill bugs. There's other things involved. The arch enemy gets involved at some point. And there's sort of... It's so open, man. The story arc and the operations, the way they've set it up, it ends quite nicely, but they've also set it up to massively expand it and keep a live service model rolling for a bit. And considering the popularity of the game, then it probably will continue to get supported. Have I finished the campaign? Now, I started the campaign with Grey Knight SEO and Alex SEO, and we got to we finished the 3rd mission. And then things happened, like over the weekend, I had to film and things like that and edit. So we weren't able to finish the main campaign together. And don't tell them, they're never going to watch this either. But we told each other that we'll finish the last 3 missions together, probably tomorrow. But I may have gone ahead and finished the campaign by myself. I may have. But don't tell them. It's fine. Everything's so. Yes, I sort of finished the main campaign. I like it. I like the twists. I like the stuff, and think it's good. It's good, but it's fine because I intend to go back and play the campaign again and again. There's quite a few Easter eggs. It's just nice to exist in that world on a hive city that is getting attacked by. This is what I like about the video games and the books and the movie. It's immersive to be there and have, aliens and things and kill them and scream for the Emperor and stuff like that. That's good fun. So I'm going to play it many, many times. I'm going to play the operations many, many times. But don't. One. Greg Shimon coming in there with a 1, like 5 minutes later. Thanks for taking part. Thanks. He jumped in there at the end. That's some good stuff. So we've got quite a few people who've got it. Quite a few people who are waiting for it. It is doing extremely well. It's racking up the Steam charts. It's good to see it do well, which means it will get supported going forward. And how supported, we'll have to see. We will have to see. I like that Cadians die, but die well. Dude, it's so it's heroic. It's testosterone. It's Warhammer porn. It is inject that into my veins. There's lots of screaming for the Emperor. Lots of macho crap going all over the place. There's explosions and death and Cadians dying, and it's lovely. I'm getting on in years now, but I was literally shouting out with joy at some of the points. A love letter to Ultramarines. Exactly. I think it's a love letter to 40k, particularly the Ultramarines. It's all about the Ultramarines, but it is a love letter to 40k. You can tell that the studio that made this weren't just trying to build a great game. They were also trying to build some of the world, trying to bring some of the worlds of Warhammer to life. They really wanted to try and... It feels real. It feels... They wanted it to be realistic. Realistic? Bunny ears? They wanted it to feel... They've stuck. They've stuck the landing. They're not screwing over any of the lore. They're faithful. That's the word I'm looking for. Thanks, chat. No one said it. Thanks, chat. Faithful. They're staying faithful to the source material, which is good. Mind you, IP-wise, Games Workshop are really jealous with their IP, aren't they? So maybe they had to. But I'm not taking it away from them. It's faithful to the source material. It's really, really good. Surprise Dreadnought. I mean, there's lots of surprise Dreadnought. There's lots of surprise bits. There's a surprise Dreadnought. There is a thank you for the faithful. That's the word I was looking for. Thanks, Addy H. Thanks. There's a surprise Dreadnought. There are some surprise characters that turn up here or there. And there's a bit of Zinch going on. I mean, those Zinchy boys are behind so many things. That's going on. That's good. There's the spaceship flying into... There's some good bits. There's some very good bits. There's the bit at the end. Lots of Space Marines. It's nice. Yeah. The developer video on the Tyranid Swarm is an interesting watch. I will check it out. I am aware that the developer made Left 4 Dead or Dead... They did a zombie game beforehand. And that was a horde shooter, like zombie hordes coming in. Zombie hordes. And that's where the technology came from for all the Tyranid swarms that are swarming you and coming at you. So they had some... So yeah, so that they have a proven record of this swarm stuff coming in. And they've taken that engine and used it in 40k. See, one of the things, as well as the DLC... in Season 1 and the DLC in Season 2, they've announced that towards the end of the year, or Season 3, or it might be next year, there's going to be a horde mode coming, a swarm mode coming. So talking about the swarm stuff, literally wave modes, where you see how long you can hold out for, like Call of Duty Zombies, but not Zombies, Tyranids, and not Call of Duty 40k. It's going to be, I look forward to that. Like playing Firefight on Halo ODST. That should be a good game mode to have. Going to get very, very desperate. I hope maybe they'll let you have 3 bulwarks in it, because I think you kind of need it for that kind of game mode. Yeah, man. It's been lovely. Very much enjoyed it. Rant over. Yeah. So tomorrow, the signal for Tier 3 channel members. Tonight, picking up Cat from the airport. That needs to happen. Sultan coming round at the weekend, and me and Sultan need to chat. I've got some presents here for Sultan. so he doesn't know it yet. But I've got him a couple of presents. He's going to like them. He's going to be very excited about them. Can you tell what? Can you guess what he might have got from me? Can you tell the presents that I've got Sultan? It's not flowers. It's not flowers. No, no. So I've gotten some presents. And then on Saturday, I need to talk to him about this campaign idea that we've got. Because I've got a campaign idea for running a D&D Warhammer-esque type campaign with Sultan, inspired by inquisitorial agents. So an inquisitor, some agents doing this like dungeon crawling type thing. Bit like Saga of the Red Frost, for those of the people who watched the Saga of the Red Frost. Bit like that. 4-part 1. Blood Buffalo. I'm sorry that you're not stable. Winter's Dice. Yes. Winter's Dice. Good question, Mark. I don't know if you caught another live stream, but I was talking to a couple of people. One of the people I talked to fell through. So I'm just going to have to go back to... I need to order it. I need to actually... See, I haven't done anything meaningful because I've been mainly playing Space Marine 2. I'm going to put it down. Dice. Big exclamation mark. Dice. So I will order some dice. I'll go back to Q Workshop, get them from those guys. They'll be available in about 4 or 5 months' time. That's how long it takes. So they're up there. Dice are coming, okay? Okay. So that's happening. That's happening up there. Yes. It would be really good if I could get it before then. I mean, if I ordered some dice, I wonder if they could get it to me. They can't get it to me in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because March of Winters is on the 6th of October at Element Games in Manchester. Community event that I run with marchofwar.co.uk. Well, let's face it, March of War runs it. I'm mainly there for morale purposes. Mind you, technically it is my event because I'm the guy who comes up with all the missions and all. So March of Winters, 6th of October. For all those of you that are coming, I'm really looking forward to going to that one. That's going to be fun. I'm going to be up the night before. So I'm going up on the Saturday evening. I should get there 5 or 6 in the evening at Element. And the idea is to get to Element in the evening, play a game of Horus Heresy with James, because I've got that lined up, and drink a lot of beer. So if you're going to March of Winters on the Sunday, turn up on the Saturday night in the evening beforehand and say hi. Did I get the Martian Civil War campaign book? Yes. Sorry for buying... Timothy, you can buy the Last of the Reds. People want the blues. People want the blue dice now, apparently. I've got to get blue dice. I don't know what colour, but it's up here. It's written in stone, blue gut dice. I will get on them tomorrow, and then maybe, just maybe there'll be a miracle and there's no back catalogue, couldn't back queue for them, and I could bring the new dice with me to March of Winters. Though I find that highly unlikely. That is a what? No, ignore I said that. There's no chance I'll have the blue dice with me by the time we get to March of Winters. It's going to be 3 to 4 months. Blue is lucky, obviously. It is. Blue's very lucky. Blue is the lucky colour, the colour of luck. No yellow. Who wants yellow? No one wants to play with yellow Space Marines. No one wants yellow dice. Yellow is the colour of cowardice. Craftworld, Alatok, they got ripped in half. They're yellow, a bit of blue, but they're yellow. Yellow is not a good colour. No one wants the yellow at all. Yellow is a Coldplay song. Who wants yellow? Yellow killed Big Red's dog. No one wants yellow. Blue is the colour. Blue is the colour of Ultramarines, freedom, truth, justice, the Imperial way. So they're going to be blue. I'm quite frankly, I'm a bit embarrassed that I got red ones to begin with. Will they be ready for King in the North? That's a good question. King in the North is the 24th, 25th, Saturday the 25th of January, the next community event. I'm looking forward to that one as well because I get to play in it. Where are we? They might be ready for King in the North. If they're ready for King in the North, I'll bring them with me. It will be a limited run. It will be a limited run. I'll have about 50 packs that I can get. I mean, the last limited run, I think we did 200 packs, but we'll do like 50. Because I don't want to sit on a chunk of, if I do 100, I know I'll be sat on like 30, 40 packs of dice for about a year. If I do 50, should sell them all. And if I sell them all within a couple of days, then I'll have to get another 50. But I should sell them all within a month, and then I'll be happy with that. Don't want to sit on them. I want them out. Get them in, limited run, get them out. Like that. How much in US dollars? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. How much do Games Workshop sell their dice for? Like 25 quid a pack? Something like that. They're probably going to be about 30 American dollars, 25 American dollars. $1 million. There's probably going to be something along those lines. Yes. $10 is Games Workshop prices. No. No. I know in Games Workshop prices in America, Blood Buffalo, are a lot higher. It's not $10. It's much higher than that. About $30. There we go. That's how much they're going to be. About that much. And then postage and packaging. It's not cheap. Oh dear. Again, multi-millionaire, be giving them away. But not. So, talking about merch and things, I want to thank out. So everyone who's in the chat and anyone who's watching this in the VOD squad afterwards, I have shouted out the last couple of live streams to use the Winter's link to Element Games in all the video descriptions. If you're going to buy any merch, use the link in the video descriptions that takes you to Element Games. Use code WIN13 for 5% extra off of your purchase with 5% extra element crystals. Because if you do that, then they also give me 5% extra crystals as well. That's how the affiliate link works. And I've been banging on about it off and on for the last couple of weeks. And last month, my element crystals went from £40 worth to £80 worth. They're normally about £40-50 a month. And last worth went all the way up to £80. So someone out there has been listening to me and rapidly pressing the buttons using the link to Element Games and code WIN13. Thank you, whoever that is, or group of people, whoever that is. I really appreciate it because I want to get a bunch of stuff from Element Games, and having those extra crystals there really, really helps me. Rapidly sold. What are we talking? Yeah, King of the North rapidly sold out, much quicker than March Witness. They rapidly sold out. £50 bird dice, yes. I've been hammering EG for Horus Heresy. You're welcome. EG. Do you mean EC? Emperor's Children? Anyway, thank you for everyone who did the code thing. I appreciate you. Keep doing that. Because I want to add to Element Games. Yes. Element Games links. Video description. In all the video descriptions, there's a link to Element Games. Click on that, put in code. When you buy your stuff, or bookmark at that link. Bookmark the link. I've been hammering Element Games for Horus Heresy. You're welcome. Oh, Element Games for Horus Heresy, not Emperor's Children for Horus Heresy. You're welcome. So it might have been you all along. I appreciate you. What about a bit of boarding actions? Nah, don't want to play boarding actions. It's small. Play big. Big games. Explosions. TLA for the win. This is, see, are you talking Generation Z at me now? TLA FTW. Is this, I don't understand the language anymore. If there are any Generation Z in the chat, by the way, people who are born after the year 2000, hello. Thanks for coming. Tell your people about me. Tell them I am kind. Tell them I mean them no harm. Also, if you're in Generation Z as well, stay away from peanuts. Stay away from broccoli. Stay away from all the things. Try and watch something longer than 2 minutes long. Battle reports are definitely not for you. And Andy H, member for 21 months, 3-letter acronym. I'm the same gen as you. The large ass. Anyway, thank you for your 21 months. I appreciate it. Well done. Yeah. Sam's completed Space Marine 2 already. Legend. It's I think it's replayable. It's easily replayable. I'm looking forward to going back through it again after doing the operations a bunch of times, because the story is good. They've done the story well as well, haven't they? It's good. I like it. Yeah. Element Game Link. What were we talking about? Element Games. Yes. So thank you whoever's doing that, because the thing is, what? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I want to add to the Dark Angels Space Marines that I've got, which may no longer be Dark Angels, because it doesn't matter what color you are to play a detachment anymore, right? Doesn't matter if your Space Marines are the blue ones, you can play whatever type of detachment it is. Doesn't matter if your Space Marines are the green ones, you can play whatever type of detachment it is. If you're Blood Angels, you've got 3 extra detachments and all the other detachments to play. One of the best things that Games Workshop did in 10th edition is to remove that restriction on how you play with your miniatures. Now, some people might like having special ways to play if you're Ultramarines, or if you're this, or if you're that. But you can still play the Gladius Strike Force way. If you still want to play only with the Salamanders detachment, you can, or only with the White Scars detachment, you can. They haven't taken those things away from people. But what they have done is let everyone play any type of Space Marine detachment, regardless of the Space Marine colors. And that's a win. That's a win in this edition. That's a win in this edition. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the Eldar, but that's a win in this edition. And long may it continue. Long may Games Workshop not restrict people from playing certain things with certain things if they've got certain things to play the certain things with the certain things. Because that way, everyone gets to play with the certain things that they're certain of, that are things. It's lovely. So the Dark Angels that I originally had, which were Dark Angels, but who plays Dark Angels anyway? Who plays Dark Angels anyway? All the Dark Angels play and are playing Gladius Strike Force anyway. I want to add to them. I'd love to add to the 13th. Here's the thing. How do I feel about 40k Space Wolves? They're great. Love them. Brilliant. They still have a special way others aren't screwed if their detachment is unusable. Yeah, I mean, some detachments are unusable. But it is one of the best things they've done. They just open up. It should be your hobby. It's your collection. You get it all. You paint it all. You stick it all together and you play it. And Games Workshop should be offering everyone as many ways as possible for playing with their miniatures. You know what I mean? What do you mean you play the Unforgiven detachment? No one plays the Dark Angels detachments. No Dark Angels players play with the Dark Angels detachment. Except you. I mean, Blood Angels players are loving the Blood Angels detachments because they didn't get screwed. But Dark Angels players, it's a dark day to be a Dark Angel. Anyway, I want to add to my Space Marines. My eyesight isn't what it once was because I am old. I've also got a thing here which makes me partially blind in my right eye. The last year or so, I invested in these, which are cheap Asda reading specs to help me paint better. And still ain't helping that much. I can't do the level of detailing that I once was able to do. Look, chat. I know there's some people in the chat who are coming up on it as well. I saw Wolfboot Chronicles in here early on. Brapscallion's still got a few years to go yet. But there's a few of you that are knocking over the age of 40. There's a few of you knocking on the doors of 50. You know what I'm talking about. Where are your Astra Militarum guys? I don't have a full Astra Militarum. The 13th Militarum isn't enough in this edition. It's a small project. Isn't enough to bring a full 2,000 point. You're getting close, Brap. I know. I mean, last time I met you, your knees were a bit shaky. You get to a certain age and things start falling off. So you feel the cold finger of death against my shoulder. Heresy squats 45. Blood Buffalo 35. My sweet summer child, Blood Buffalo. You have no idea. Yeah, crafting glasses for poor sighted and reading are awesome. Yeah, these are just like $1.99 from Asda. Timothy Fowler, almost 50. Can't paint anything without a magnifying lamp. Timothy Fowler, I'm over 50. I can't paint anything at all. I need the glasses and the things. 46, says Jay Young. So you're not very young. Jay Young, you need to change your name to Jay Old because you're 46. That's old. Time to paint the inevitable 13th Chaos Army. No, the 13th aren't going to Chaos. Blood Buffalo, you're 35, you feel 65. That's because you live in America, and America don't like holidays or healthcare. You're not allowed anything that makes you healthy. All you're allowed is guns and explosions and freedom. Danny D, 47. Brapscallion, also get good glasses. Treat yourself. Man will spend hundreds of quid on resin minis but won't buy. My wife was telling me to buy some get some proper glasses, you know. So I've got some for driving and then these for paint, but my eyes are so screwed, and this one is different to that one because this one not a lot of light gets in. I'm basically so yes, glasses aren't going to help very much. I see the eye doctor once a year, every year, and every year he sticks more things in there and does the pressure tests, and I've got to go to the thing, put my head in the thing, and click the button for the lights whenever you see the lights. And this one I can see the lights and click the button. This one maybe see a few lights. When I do that, the nurse is always telling me off, like click the button or you're pressing it at the wrong time. It's like I can't see the lights with this one. There's no, and then they do the air pressure test, then they do the read thing test, and they take photos of your eyes. I've had injections in this one. It's a night. Okay, it's a whole horrible thing. They say when they inject you in the eye that they put these eye drops in which numb the eye and therefore won't make it hurt, so it doesn't hurt as much when they stick a needle in your eye. They lie. It hurts like a needle being stuck in your eye when they stick a needle in your eye. They might as well just not do the eye drops. Anyway, all that going on. What I mean to say is, I want to add some Space Marines, but I can't do all the fiddly bits. I'm a wash, dry brush kind of guy. So I appreciate everyone using the element code to buy the things with the win thing, with the extra crystals, because then I can get more stuff to give away to Den of Imagination so they can paint up what was once the Dark Angels 2021 No Retreat Legend Champion art. I want to build up that collection. I've made my mind up. It's going to happen. It's going to take a year or so, but we're going to build a second Space Marine army that I don't have to paint because I can't see very well. And I want it to be all Terminators and Gravis. So no infiltrators, no intercessors, no recon, no scouts, no light armored stuff. Everything in Terminator, Blade Guard or Gravis armor. Chonky 3 wound bad boys all over the place. That's what I want. So it stands apart from the Space Marines. And the other thing I also want to add to it is a lot of speed as well. So a lot of skimmers, a lot of outriders, a lot of jumpy dudes with Gravis, with plasma. So I want to add speed with bikes and speeders and chonk. So you've got a solid honk of honking chonk with some zippy stuff zipping around all over the place. And I want about 4,000 points of that. So I need 2 solid ways of playing them. Like, this is a way of playing them. This is another way of playing them. If you get 2 good lists with 2 solid ways of playing them, then it does a third thing, which is you can build a third list, which is a mix between the 2. And it also gives you a certain amount of future proofing when the next edition rolls around, because you've already got a chunk of stuff. So wherever they go, you'll be able to find room for playing with some of them somewhere. But obviously, next edition, spend a lot more money, get a lot more stuff. It's how they make money. It's their business model. Been doing it since 7th edition, and it works. Bastards. making me spend all of them. But yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, that's the plan. Inner Circle Companions would be good. Black Knights. Yeah, so Inner Circle Companions are groovy. I like the idea of some Gravis Melter guys walking around, Gravis Heavy Bolter guys walking around, aggressors moving around. I want that sort of chonking sort of thing, you know? I'm not going to paint them up as the 13th. The thing I've been saying all along, Marius Gage, if we can be paying attention, is send them off to Den of Imagination so they do my old Dark Angel style, that tournament winning style, because I can't paint very well. I can do washes and dry brushes and things like that, but my eyes are knackered. So when it comes to Space Marines, I can't do what I used to do with the edge highlighting, all that stuff. That's gone. So if I'm going to do a nice clean scheme, I can do Necrons. That looks good. And the heresy stuff I'm not doing any edge highlighting. It's all washes and dry brushing. I'm just trying to find schemes that work for my eyesight these days. The Space Marine scheme just gone. So send them to Den to paint the things. You know? Paint the things. Just Craig was in here. I missed masses of this live stream. I've only got 5 minutes. But okay, hi bye, Just Craig. Hi bye. Tobias Young, I've done exactly this. All Gravis, all Terminators, all the time. That's what I'm thinking. Gravis and Terminators are backed up by fast guns. You know what I mean? That's okay, Marius. Do you think Sultan could paint the 13th to your... I do think Sultan could paint the 13th to my Sander. The problem with Sultan is he's got a lot of... So he paints all the time lots of things very quickly. Sultan is a better painter than me by far. He could paint them. But on his painting desk is a good couple of months worth of painting. He's got all the stuff that he does for himself, but Sultan Plays, from Sultan Plays YouTube channel. You can also find him on Instagram. Also does commission work, mainly for people in the community, but he also does commission work. And I think he's currently painting an entire crew army right now. I think. And then there was another one that he's got lined up. And I think it's like 3,000 points of Blood Angels for another dude. So he's always got something like that on the go. Like I know he recently finished a massive Deathwing commission. And before that he was working on a massive Cadian commission. So it's a good job that he can paint as fast as he can, because he's always got chunks of work. So I can't just throw the 13th at Sultan. Plus I'd have to pay him because he's used to getting paid. He uses his commission money as a chance to get himself more things, more of the things. So the idea is over the next 6 months, 6 to 12 months, get a chunk of new Space Marine miniatures, get them sent off to Den of Imagination and build up my old Dark Angels Space Marine force, which are probably not going to be Dark Angels anymore. There'll just be a homebrew chapter, because that's how the codexes work, right? You can pull from anywhere. A homebrew chapter absolutely not connected with Dark Angels at all. They need a name because they never had a name. So absolutely not connected with Dark. I'm thinking about calling them the Knights of Caliban. But any suggestions? I'm happy to hear any suggestions. It works. Dropping the Terminators up board with their teleport homers and having the Gravis Castle guard the home field is a lot to get through. Idea of the fast along the flank sounds great. If you've got a rocks heavy, slow-moving center, then you want stuff zipping around the edges to harass, to move block, to skill secondaries, things like that. And even if it wasn't this version of the game, you'd still want that. You need solid ball and chain types this. What are your thoughts about Tiz? I don't know what that means. Space Sharks. I'm not calling them Space Sharks. I need a name for them. Knights of Caliban is the first thing that popped into my head, because that's definitely not Dark Angel Z. And then I could play them, maybe one of the Dark Angels detachments, maybe the other detachments. They're definitely not going to be bloody. They're going to be a Dark Angel successor. But Space Sharks, the Carcharodons, they're already chosen, right? The Carcharodons, Space Sharks. Bright Angels, no, that's not. Are Heavy Intercessors any good? They look cool. Yeah, they're pretty good. A unit at least. One unit staying on a Forest Walker. Forest Walker sounds like a boxer. And in the red corner, we have Forest Walker. I know what you mean. But the Forest Walker chapter is not a thing. Yeah, Heavy Intercessors. A unit on your home field objective is a good shout. Even better than you could put a captain with the honoured guys with the banner, and then I'll put them on it. There's things. Porcupine Paragons. Porcine Paragons. Caradons. Yes. How do you say Carcharodons? Carcharodons? Any thoughts on the colour scheme yet? It'll be the Dark Angels colour scheme. The one that Den of Imagination did for me. I've already got an army painted in this colour scheme. And it was a 2,000 point tournament winning army. But now in 10th edition, it's about 1,450 points. It's less than it's quarter cheaper than what it was before. And that I had a list. So there's no leeway either side. So there's a 1,400 point thing that I can't play with. Also, the way they were organized, like 5 Blade Guard and 6 Blade Guard, you can't do that anymore. It's 3 Blade Guard or 6 Blade Guard. You can't have a 5-man. So I need 1 Blade Guard model. So I can have a 6-man Blade Guard, a 6-man Blade Guard. 1 Blade Guard model. Where am I going to get that from? So, yes. So the color scheme is already set out. We know what they're going to look like. I've got a chunk of Terminators, chunk of Blade Guard already. Basically, that is all I've got already. I need to add Gravits all over the place. Need to add Speeders. Need to add Bikers. Need to add a Tonk or two. Need to make a little bit ooh, a little bit ah. Need to do that sort of thing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Totally not Dark Angels and a totally loyalist chapter, Iron of the Spoon. You are 100% correct. Totally not Dark Angels. Totally loyalist. Just like the 13th. Sometimes other people in the Imperium are not loyal, and they accuse you of being disloyal. Hypocrisy, I say. How many Inquisitors have turned to Chaos over the years? Many. Many have turned to Chaos over the years. How dare they point a finger in my general direction? The 13th have done nothing wrong. They've rescued a few princesses. They've slain a few dragons. They've fed some hungry hippos. They've been doing the Emperor's work for the last few thousand years, you know? No name for the name of the chapter. It needs a name, though. Tides. Your thoughts about the Warhammer show? I haven't seen the Warhammer Plus show yet, Tides, but I'm hearing it's very good. I've never had Warhammer Plus, but I have watched quite a bit of Warhammer Plus around my friend's house. So he watches all the things, and then every now and then a good thing appears and we watch the good thing. Like the Blood Angels one, that was good. I like the Swarm in space, and that was good. The dialogue is a bit Space Marine 2, so it's not what you'd expect from... It's very cheesy. Very cheesy. Much cheese, big wow. A bit less cheese would be nice. I watched the Necron Salamander one. There was a lot of talking and walking. It looked really good. There was some fighting going on. But yeah, I've seen a couple of the shows on Warhammer Plus. None of them are anywhere near as good as Astartes. So I will get to it. Hello, Roger. Roger. I haven't used Horus Ascended in the battle report yet. No, it seems unfair. The Bastion Lords chapter. That's an interesting name. We're getting there. We're on the right... Hi, Weasel. We're on the right path with names like the Bastion Lords. Play on the old knights errant types in literature. Don Quixote. Huh? What? The Emperor's Shield. The Emperor's Shield Space Marine chapter. Dude, I'm writing that one down. The Emperor's Shield. We are the Emperor's Shield. I like that. The Emperor's Shield. Because, you know, he's got the shield, right? Totally not a Dark Angels thing. The Emperor's Shield, Space Marine chapter. That's interesting. Watched the starties again yesterday. Any word of the guy working on something with... if I don't know. There's some leaks. The lion claws. No. The lion claws. No. It's close, but no cigar. Yeah, he's supposed to be working on the thing, the Astartes guy. There has been the occasional cough or sneeze that comes out of Games Workshop, out of Warhammer Plus. The odd rumour, basically, that something is happening at some point. But we shall see. We shall see. I mean, if I was that guy, I would be pissed. I would be pissed. Basically, Games Workshop turned around and said, all of these things are in breach of copyright and you have to take them down. So a bunch of people did. And then a bunch of people ended up, some people took them down. Some people didn't take them down. Some had them made take down. But basically there was a purging on the YouTubes. And some of them went to work for Games Workshop. But that guy, he made a lot of money on Astartes. And there are now people showing Astartes reactions or this or the. So he doesn't, it's in the internet now. It's out there now. So there's a load of people making money off of his creation. And games, other companies, other IPs allow fanfic out there. Star Wars fanfic, Halo fanfic, Punisher fanfic, all sorts of Space Above and Beyond fanfic over YouTube. There's all sorts of stuff. Lord of Rings, the Rings of Power fanfic. There's all sorts of fanfic stuff all over the internet. And Games Workshop turned around and told some people you had to take some of it down. Which is just, I don't understand that, because the internet is the shop window of the 21st century. So more of it out there is a good thing. Anyway, you made a lot of money, moved over to Games Workshop. I'm sure they've been screwing him around like a bad boy. Otherwise, we'd have seen Astartes 2 by now. And whether his art is in it after the massive popularity and success and money that should be coming his way for Astartes 1 isn't. You know what I mean? They've never actually taken anything down, though. No, but they made the people shut their channels, though, didn't they? And then, but once they're up there, other people have got copies of them. So something's been happening for a while, I guess. Yeah, I mean, why didn't they give him money and let him carry on with it? What they could have done is turned around to Brother Alfulsa, you know, if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device and the Astartes guy and people like that, is, hey, all you need to do is put a link in your video description, you know, this material is copyrighted by blah, 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 and get people to click on a link. Just leave the fanfic people to their own devices. Let fans create fiction about your IP, whatever the IP is, no matter how bad or good it is. And yeah, so long as it doesn't break any rules with terms of service or abuse or, you know, unsavory content, things like that. So long as it doesn't do any of that, leave them to it, let it fill up. One more question, go on. The dying of the light and fear the darkness, the righteous dawn. It would be nice. Astartes actually helped me get into the hobby. Free ad for Games Workshop. I know, right? It's the shop window of the 21st century. Is the internet. They should be doing everything they can to help. They shouldn't be doing everything they can, but they should at least get out of their own way when it comes to fan-made stuff. They're very bad at... It's Games Workshop. They're very bad at almost everything. They've been fine, but I think the second Tides episode has been rather... Has it? Okay. So the Tides thing is the thing, and the second one has been rather controversial. I'll find out about it at some point. If it's really controversial, get around to me or Google it. Can I ask a show... Where are we? Ask Show of Hans Winters. What's your fave class to play in Space Marine 2? Space Marine 2, favourite class at the moment. I like the ones that I'm rocking the most are the Tactical and the Bulwark. I like the Bulwark is a good one to start off with. Almost everyone wants to play him because of the healing. Because at the beginning, you're just smashing buttons all over the place and having the ability to heal yourself and your teammates around you. Bulwark. And he's got tier 3 armour rather than tier 2 armour. Bulwark's good. And then the Tactical Marine because he's the best all round. You can give him the Plasma Gun, Plasma Eliminator. Great for range, destroying stuff. You can overcook it, destroy the big stuff. And he's quite tasty in close combat as well. With a pistol and a chainsword, so good for execution moves, and chainsword's not that shabby. So both the Bulwark and the Tactical class, rather equally. How is Space Marines co-op? It is smooth like butter. It flows. It's beautiful. Space Marine co-op is PvP mode, PvE mode. You can go on raid missions just like Dark Tide, essentially, all day long with your mates. And rank up your stuff and rank up your stuff and rank up your stuff. So the raid things, and then they've announced that there's more operations and more. There's a new map, a new weapon, a new enemy in season 1, and a new map, a new enemy, and new weapon in season 2 for operations. So it's going to get supported going forward. And then the PvP stuff and the multiplayer, haven't played it yet, but there are only 3 arenas and only 3 ways to play at the moment. That's going to get expanded too. Very much looking forward to seeing what they do with it. And then there's a horde mode. There's a wave mode coming in later. Like zombies. Like survive the waves. Bulwark. I felt at the very start hurts a lot if you don't know how to dodge parry right. I mean, it's... Vanguard is great. A lot of people doing... Yeah. Dodge and parry. Dodge and parry. Dodge and parry are the... It's dodging and the parrying. It's the dodging and the parrying is what you can go in there smashing the buttons as much as you want to, but that's why I'm still practicing getting my dodge down, getting my parry down, getting those timings right. The parry is essentially free health, right? Whenever that symbol comes up, parry, boom, kill it, free health. Nice. So that's what I'm working on right now. Nice. The Victrix Guard. I'm at like level 6 or 7 for Bulwark. I'm not that high. Not that high yet. I'll be on it all day tomorrow. That's the plan. I think the boys are getting on like 2 or 3. And we've got a window from 2 or 3 till about 10 p.m. She doesn't know yet, but she will. So a good 6-7 hour gaming session in there. Yes. Very much looking forward to that one. Yeah, she doesn't know. I don't think I'll tell her when I pick her up from the airport this evening. She might be a bit run out after all the flying and travelling. I might have to wait till tomorrow. But she's probably got some stuff planned for tomorrow. Like, got to go to the shops or sort out a thing. There'll be a list. I don't know what the list is because she hasn't been here. I'll have a list. Damn it. I'll have to get through the list real quickly. Do the list. I'm good at following instructions. Give me an instruction to do a thing, I'll go and do the thing. It's one of the things I can do. One of the things I figured out in marriage is happy life equals happy wife. It's not just a lovely saying. It's like she gives you the instruction, go and do the thing. She asks you to do the thing, go and do the... Just follow those things through. And she's happy. And if she's happy, I am happy. Sometimes when I'm happy, she's not happy. But so long as she's happy, I'm happy. So that's what we have to do as husbands. We have to make sure that every need is catered for and that we take out the trash when we're asked. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah. If someone else has got any other answers, though, let me know. Because, yeah, It's going fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It sounds like I'm saying like, oh no, it's going well. It's going well. I love my wife very much. She's lovely. She's a great cook. She doesn't like Warhammer, but she never liked Warhammer. We know about that, but she's lovely. And yeah, my life would be a hollow place without her. I love her very much. Sometimes you have to choose between being right and being happy. She hasn't tried Space Marine 2. No, she hasn't tried Space Marine 2. See, being right and being happy. I don't want to... Yeah, you can be right. See, when she's right, she's right. And when she's wrong, I'm wrong. And when I'm wrong, she's right. And when I'm right, I'm wrong, she's right. These are the rules. Stick to the rules. You're fine. That's how it works. Anyone out there, younger men listening to this, thinking about getting married, it's fine. It's great. It's been some kind of bonding ceremony has fallen down the cavemen ancestry to where we are now. That it doesn't where you are on the planet or what time you are on the planet, what era you're born in. There was some kind of bonding ceremony going on. It seems to be a thing. It seems to be built into our DNA. So it must have been working. Otherwise, evolution would have shot that in the foot by now. So apparently it works. We're still here. The scene in Stranger Things. What do you do when mum is wrong? Oh, your mum is never wrong, son. Yeah, exactly. That's how that shit works. Yeah, so go pick her up at midnight. Space Marine 2 is awesome. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Would bang. Everyone get that. The single player campaign is immersive and is replayable. The multiplayer operations mode, the raid missions, is immersive and replayable. I'm hearing lots of good things about the multiplayer online mode as well. It's supposed to be quite good fun because the TTK isn't like half a second like Call of Duty. It's the TTK is 3, 4, 5 seconds because you're in ceramite head to foot, so it gives you time to react, respond, move. It's the TTK isn't brutal. It also makes team fights and teaming up on someone a lot more effective. So I'm hearing a lot of good things about that. So I recommend that. And yes, and then I've got this idea. I will be building up. The second thing is I will be building up my not Dark Angels, the Emperor's Shield Space Marine, the Emperor's Shield Space Marine chapter. Is it going to be called that? I'm going to be building up my second Space Marine chapter for 40k because I can't paint very well. So Den of Imagination can do it. So those are the big things in my brain right now. PvP is very forgiving, quite like Halo, but some weapons are locked at levels and they're quite powerful. Looking at you, hammer and multi-mounter. Yeah. So that's an interesting thing, like PvP. You know, like you've got, what is it called? Skill-based matchmaking. What they could do with PvP is if they lock certain weapons and certain things to certain levels, then you can only play with those certain things and certain things if you're above a certain level. And then everyone else who's new to the game aren't playing with those things, and they're below certain. That's an interesting way of doing it, if they do it that way. Like I said, I haven't played it, but an interesting way of doing it. Skill-based matchmaking is thing. The hammer is tough to use. It is unforgiving if you miss, but it is also a hammer, as Vulcan said to Kurz one day. It's also a hammer. Nice. Talking about Space Marine 2. Dice. I've got Dice up there. The Emperor's Shield. Signal comes out tomorrow. Grey Knights at the weekend. Are we chatting about anything else, chat? Anything else, chat? What else? What else are we chatting about? What else do you want to chat about? Anything on your mind? As Vulcan once said, stop. Hammer time. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Halo Gaming is here. Blimey, a winter stream. It happens on Tuesdays between 7 and 8 in the evening, UK time. Most Tuesdays. mostly UK time. Yeah, but thanks for joining the winter stream. We were just wrapping up, really. Why do Games Workshop never have anything in stock? Games Workshop never had anything in stock because before 10th edition, they had two primary game systems, Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar, and then they had the specialist game systems. Now, in one edition, they have four primary game systems. They released Halo, no, not Halo, Horus Heresy, and Old World. In their wisdom, they decided to have two fantasy and two sci-fi game systems in the same edition, as well as all the specialists. Surprise, surprise, Heresy is outselling AOS, so it goes 40k Heresy, and then it probably goes Old World right now before AOS. They've got four main game systems, two fantasy, two sci-fi. They can't keep up. They're building another factory. Factory 5 is being built. It'll be completed at the end of the year, but won't be up and running until summer next year. This one factory, Factory 5, will increase their production capacity by 33%. They're telling us, which in CEO speak means somewhere in the region of 25% for a factory, and it's costing them £22.5 million to build. So Games Workshop never have anything in stock because they have production issues, because they have no idea what's going on and no idea how popular and how many. They have no idea of the market they created because there's nothing else like them out there. Hail Gaming, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Do you have any Battlefield Gothic? I don't. Hello, Heresy is outselling AOS. Yeah, I heard it from a friend of a friend of a friend. So I rang up the three shop owners I know. I'm not going to give names or shops, but I rang up the three people that I know and asked them directly. And two of them said absolutely, Heresy is outselling AOS, and one of them said maybe. It's around about the same for them. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and the two of the stores I was talking to were very, very big stores. Yeah. Basically, their most popular range has got Space Marines in it, and they've got 2 Space Marines now. 2 ranges with Space Marines in it. Turns out Space Marines are very popular. Who'd have thunk it? They should make a video game about it and everything. But thank you for your donation. I love The Emperor's Gift. I think it's ADB's best book. The Emperor's Gift is very good. Read the Night Lords trilogy. That's one of his best books. Or Betrayer from the Horus Heresy. But you've got to do... his best one is probably Betrayer, in my mind. I love that book. Is there any of the original Games Workshop creators left at Games Workshop from 2nd edition at least? Not that I'm aware of. I think they have all gone. Or your Bob Naismiths and people like that. I mean, they're old now. So they're all retired and all doing specialist games and doing their old games. I mean, Bob Naismith left ages ago. But no, I don't think any of the creators left there. I think at this point even Halo is selling out. Yeah, AOS, they got in some new players by making it a bit more competitive in this edition. They 40k'd AOS. You know, like what they've done with 40k to make it a more of a competitive edition. They did that with AOS. The thing is, there's a lot of AOS players who ended up playing AOS because they fell out of love with 40k. And were looking for a more casual game system, so they've lost a chunk, and they didn't get enough back in. And it's just I don't know what's going on in the back. There's loads of different reasons why people play video games, but Heresy is outselling them, which is why you can never get anything from Games Workshop, particularly Heresy stuff. 50% of the Heresy range is out of stock at any one time. Half. Imagine if you went to a golf store because you played golf for some crazy reason. You said, can I have some clubs? And they went, no. Can I have a ball? And they went, no. You can have these funky looking shorts and this weird t-shirt though. Why do golf players all look like twats? I don't know. It's part of the club, right? When will the rule book be 2 game systems competing at... What? The rule book they'll have individual rule books for each game system. They won't put 2 game systems in one rule book. Echoes of Eternity is ADB's best. Echoes of Eternity is an outstanding book. Love it very much. I love all of ADB's work. But single book, I'm still going with Betrayer. It's one of the best books of the Heresy, for me anyway. And if you ask me to rank my best books of the Heresy, I won't be able to rank them. I'd just give you like 6 books, which are all say are the best books of the Heresy. Like this one's the best, and this one's the best, and this one's the best. Not including the first 3, which are the best. And not including any of the Solar War. But it's up there with one of the best, like No Fear, Betrayer, Outcast Dead, Mechanicum. Those are the ones that just... There's a couple more which need to fall off the tip of my tongue, but I got them. Yeah, they'd always sell them separate. Make more money that way. They never have any left-handed clubs. Nice. Yeah, Games Workshop are struggling to keep up with the demand because they are. Because they're very popular. And Space Marine 2 is going to make them even more popular. People will start playing Space Marine because of Space Marine 2. People start playing Dawn of War because of Dawn of War. Do you read any of the new 40k books? Yes. Guy Haley is good as well. I've read a chunk of the new books. Yes, I have. They're not as immersive as the Heresy because the Heresy series keeps you in there. The Heresy series is the most immersive series. But of the modern 40k books, there is a chunk of them, older ones like Gaunt's Ghost, Eisenhorn, and the Night Lords trilogy, which are all worth reading. But of the modern ones, the Dawn of Fire book, I'm on book 3 of them. The Fall of Cadia is only out like less than a year. That's a really good book. You need to read that. The Lion, Son of the Forest, really good book. You need to read that. Those are 2 very good standalone separate books. But yeah, I read some of the modern stuff as well. Not all of it. Not all of it. In the same way like I've read all the Heresy stuff. Not all of the 40k. There's too much to get through. Halfway through the first Horus Heresy book, 50 odd to go. 62 in the main series, and then the Solar War. And I am envious of you, Wraith Raider, that you're at the start. I mean, you've got 5 years of fun there, just listening on Audible or reading an entire series like the Horus Heresy from scratch, from the beginning. What else are you going to do with your time? If you love the hobby, do it. It's great. I've seen so many people posting their first minis all over the place. I don't have any of my first minis, but I've got some old ones there. I've got a Rogue Trader one next door, which I could post a picture of. I think it's probably on my Instagram somewhere. My old Rogue Trader one. It's almost certainly on my Instagram somewhere. If you go Winters SEO on the Instagram, you'll see a miniature that I painted from 1986 in there. Yeah. Heresy customization is a thing. Warhawk is top tier. Warhawk is top tier. Warhawk is top tier. Echoes of Eternity top tier. The End and the Death top tier. Saturnine top tier. They're all really good. I mean, the Solar War, the first book, is really good. Even the bad books in the Solar War would be great books in the Horus Heresy series, but they're bad books in the Solar War because the Solar War is so good. So they just feel a bit... But if you take Mortars out and stick it anywhere else, it would be one of the best books. It's just the Solar War series. It works. It works really gay. There's no update on the Loft. I'm not allowed to talk about the Loft. If we manage to get there next year, I'll tell you. But the channel, essentially, there needs to be some growth. For my lovely wife to agree to stick a massive extension up there needs to be some general growth. And if it is stable or going down or just going up a little bit, then we're not going to be able to do it. Money is going aside, though. There is a plan just in case, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. She doesn't want me to talk about it. If she asks, I didn't say anything. Wojciech, thank you for your donation. Do you think Games Workshop will release the books for the model? Release books and model for Titus, just like for Ventress. For me, Titus is still captain. I finished game yesterday. Today we'll restart with Buddy. Yes. Yes, yes. Do I think they'll release a model for Titus? My honest answer is no, because if they had one lined up ready to go, I think he would have definitely came out. They should have had a Titus lined up, and it should have been one ready to go and appear when Space Marine 2 launched. But they didn't do it. So I don't think we're going to see a Titus model anytime soon. We got a Ventress because of the books, just like we got Gaunt's Ghosts from the books and Eisenhorn from the books, and you can't use these guys anymore, but we got from their own IP, from their own. I don't think we're going to get Ventress. Otherwise, it'd be out. I mean, if you designed one now, and then they'd have to design it, how long does that take? They'd have to sculpt it, how long does that take? They'd have to stamp press it, and then make the molds, and how long does that take? I reckon it's a year or two, minimum a couple of years. If they started now to get Titus out, and the fact that Titus isn't out, I don't think we're going to get Titus. Skip Dawn of Fire Book 3, one of Thorpe's worst. Book 6 was good though. Reading Dawn of Fire Book 3 right now. Hard work, really bad one. Yeah, if you do the Dawn of Fire series, guys, skip Book 3. I think it's called Gate of Bones. Skip that one. Go on to the next one. Some of them, it's audio book, isn't it? It's the Audible, and you got Toby Longworth going in your ear or something, or the other guy. They're quite nice when you're working away, when you're painting. And if it isn't one of them, it's like, it's not as good. Yeah, she's a basic. Yeah, if I'm making modifications to the house, Blood Buffalo, she's needs to agree. Devastation of Baal is my favourite. Have you read Dante? You need to read Dante, then Devastation of Baal. And I thought Devastation of Baal was good, but not. Didn't think it was as amazing as some people. I bet you're a Blood Angels player. Yeah. They already released a Titus model. That was the big model. It wasn't like a model. It was the Weta Workshop Titus model, which is like £1,000 or something, right? That one. Anyway, banging on for an hour and a half. Have I got messages on my? I have got messages on the phone from the wife, probably about the airport and things. So I need to do that. I've read not Dante. Yeah, read Dante. Read Dante. You'll like Dante. They released one in a box. That was a big box store. Titus. Yeah. Yeah, big one. Not a little one. Big one. From Weta Workshop. Yes. Anyway, we're going. That was lovely. Thanks for the chat. It's nice to catch up with you every now and then. Next Tuesday, I'll be back. Wednesday, Tier 3 channel members get that extra battle, the end of the signal. Sunday, it's Grey Knights. Gate of Bones Book 2, great, but yeah. Stay away from Book 3, Gate of Bones. We've established that Blood Buffalo. People know was at Target with some other models. At Target. Titus was at Target, but it's not a 40k model, right? Titus for tabletop, yes. Titus for tabletop we need, like Ventress for tabletop. That's what we need. Yes, right, yes, good. Hi, bye. That was good. Thank you. What was I going to say? Press the thing on the thing. I'm going to play some Space Marine. Enjoy some Space Marine. Happy wargaming.